How about we start now?
Yeah, all right. Let's get
Welcome to SideQuest Sauce.
Yes, exactly. Welcome to SideQuest Sauce. This is my radio voice.
Welcome to Sideways Course, where we get
Sideways
distracted.
course?
Sideways course. Well, we...
Welcome to SideQuest Source, a podcast about being distracted, in which we get distracted by things we're distracted by. When you say who are we, or who are we individually, or who are we as a group?
Well, yes. I mean,
Yeah,
who
it's
are we
like-
individually? I guess. I mean,
That's
we're
it.
going to have to say.
Okay, like, welcome to SideQuest Sauce. This is Max.
And this is Steph.
And I'm Thomas. I'm going to say I'm rather than this is, because I'm weird.
Why do we like board games? Why do we want to do this podcast? Why do people care?
Because we were sad nerds.
I'm quite a cheerful nerd.
Yeah. Well, I am medicated.
Fair enough.
I'm neither sad nor medicated or cheerful. I just am.
Nihilistic.
You're the hypochondriac.
Yes, I'm
Nerd.
the hypochondriac.
Hypochondriac nerd.
If something is not wrong, then something is definitely wrong.
Yes.
Yeah, well, good question. Why do we like board games? It's a challenge. It's an opportunity for both competition and cooperation in a friendly setting. It's a form of escape. Lets you try something that you otherwise wouldn't get to be. And it's a good opportunity to hang out with your friends.
Yep.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's a good thing to do. It's a good way to face a challenge where your opinions and actions actually matter in this world where usually we all just go to work and we have opinions and no one cares.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
good.
you get to make a difference.
Yeah. Your input actually matters.
And
In most cases, your input lets the zombies in and kills us all. Still haven't you forgiven you about that
And I
yet.
won, so it mattered to me.
yes. What does SideQuest Sauce mean?
Well, when we play games, we get distracted doing things that aren't necessarily the main point of the game. And that's where the fun comes in.
Yeah, I mean, you have to explore all the side quests. You have to explore the full map before you can make your actual decisions to head towards the intended goal.
Yeah. When I played Elder Scrolls Oblivion, I was level 40 before I did the main quest because I was having so much fun doing all the other stuff.
Yeah, Fallout 4, I have the best power armor and all the weapons, and I've barely started the main quest.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna obliterate all the enemies once I just get back to that game.
So yeah, it's the fun we have along the way. The side quest.
Yeah, it's what adds some
flavor.
spice. Yeah, that's the flavor. It's everything that goes around the meat of the game, if you will.
Yeah. I mean, we were spitballing ideas for a long time about this, and Max came up with the side quest source, and we all agreed that was the winner.
What is your favorite board game or RPG?
Oh, board game or RPG? My favorite board game, I don't know, because I like different board games for different things. It's like saying, what's your favorite pizza topping? You can't pick just one. If you ask me what game do I want to play the most, apart from the one we've got planned for today, I want to give Tricarion another go, because you've got the expansions. I love Tricarion, wonderful game. I want to try all the expansions. And some of the ones we were waiting for on Kickstarter.
Yeah.
They might be some new favourites in there. Who knows?
Yeah, definitely. Well, I mean, Tricarion is an excellent game.
Oh, it's a fantastic game.
I love it.
Yeah, me too. Because just here, while I was thinking about what exactly is my favorite board game, I was also thinking, Tricarion is actually pretty high up there. Because I totally agree with you. You can't really choose just one game. I personally like more like I could maybe choose like a game style or type. I like Euro games with there's lots of pieces, and I can actually choose my own path to victory. Like there's an obvious way to win. I understand. Collect the points. Get enough points, you win. But how do you get the points? You have different ways and different tactics to use.
What's going to be weird is if you ask me to list my favourite games, most of them would probably be at least semi-cooperative, but Tricarion is fully player versus player.
Yeah.
And that makes it stand out, because a lot of the pure PvP games, not as much fun for me, but that's the one PvP game I really love.
Yeah.
And it's very thematic. I like very thematic games.
Oh, very much.
Yeah.
And the production quality.
Yeah.
That's
amazing.
that's the reason when they said there's going to be another game out, the
dinosaur one?
The Tricarion?
sorry, say again, Sophie?
The dinosaur one?
That's them. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I'm going to get it on Kickstarter right away.
Yeah.
If it's by those guys,
Yeah, they know
I'm
what
going to
they're
like
doing.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have really a favorite game either, actually, in the end. I mean, I have lots of favorites. I mean, I love Who Goes There. I love very heavily thematic games that have, like, a chance to, pull you into the world and feel like you're there, which is really good. And the Mars game, actually, that did that.
Ooh, very
First
much.
Martians, that's what it's called. And, yeah.
But hang on. And you said board game or RPG. We need to talk RPGs. I mean, other than Dungeons and Dragons, which we're playing massively at the moment,
Yes.
Of all the other games we've played, what RPG is most for you, Matt?
Ooh. Well, that's like, it's a similar problem because they're different. They're different and good in different ways.
Yeah.
Like, I really enjoyed the Call of Cthulhu
A classic.
game because
That's
because of the sanity damage and the effect and the sheer amount of sudden deaths in the game. So you can't get too attached to your character. Adventure I really enjoyed because it had the dramatic editing function.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you can suddenly like explain, my dude can now do this because of this like flashback, and that'll save the day, and it will help you save the day and keeps the story going and helps you just helps you feel awesome.
That's right. Yeah, I really liked Adventure because it was one of the first ones we properly played together. I mean, there was the Warhammer role-playing game I played with your brother Petteri, and that's for a while I was running that. But then I wanted to play a game that run a game that was like Indiana Jonesy. And then I found this adventure, and I love White Wolf. I loved the system back then, and this was just that. And it was so cool. It was so like proper not gumshoe, but like, Pulp Fiction-y kind of Indiana Jones stuff, which was great. RPG wise, that's up there. I really like D&D now, the new version of D&D.
Oh yeah, D&D 5th edition is it's the first actual D&D I've played, but compared to the other role-playing games I've played, I really do enjoy the simplicity of it. It just works.
But I also like Edge of Empire, the Star Wars one. That's a lot of fun.
That one was fun.
I like the dice mech they have. I like games because of their rule mechanic, and I thought the one in Edge of Empire was beautifully well done. So.
Yeah,
that is true. That was fun. Yeah,
but during our podcast, I'm pretty sure we're going to have a lot of very good RPGs to play through.
Yeah, we're gonna have to try out some new stuff.
Yeah, I mean, is it a board game? Is it an RPG? Fiasco?
Exactly. It's half for both.
But
it's like, I wouldn't call Fiasco a board game because it lacks the board.
But I wouldn't call it an RPG either because it doesn't.
It's a narrative game. You keep on.
It's a narrative game, yes. But there's no character development. There's none of the stuff. You don't have a character sheet. You don't have. It's an RPG in a very loose term, but it's also a board game in a very loose term. It's like a party game almost.
Oh yeah. It's a cooperative narrative game, a narrative telling game. But yes, you very much play your role. It's a role playing game, but it's not a board game because there's no board. So I would personally lean towards it's an RPG.
Wrong answer.
By the way, I don't think those sound effects work for you because you're not hooked into the board, are you?
Oh, I heard it.
I didn't hear a thing.
I didn't hear a thing.
You didn't hear a thing?
Nope.
Oh.
So all I see is that Steffi pressed a button, it went red, and I'm
then
assuming something happens.
Oh, it went like... Burp, burp. Oh.
It wasn't like the chicken noise.
No.
All right, I have to press it again and see if I see it on the thingy. I was the only one that heard that noise.
Yeah.
Can you give yourself a round of applause?
Yes, I can.
Yeah. I've had a round of applause from Mr. James O'Brien on LBC, so that's my accolade.
Well done.
Yeah.
Well, I can add a noise then in post-production then if I want to.
We'll fix it in post.
We'll fix it in post.
So just for reference, all the fart sounds added in post by Steffi, definitely not me.
Yeah, exactly.
It's Tom.
It's Tom. Well, I mean, I recorded Tom farting and then I added them afterwards. Yes, because of course he has a pride issue. They have to be his voice.
Authenticity is important.
We can't use generic.
We're going to come over
noises.
and do the fart recordings.
Yeah, Lotta would know that. Like, Tom, that wasn't your fart. I could tell that was a generic fart.
But when it comes to I mean, now we're going to be trying a lot of different role playing games. I mean, there's the Battle Lords. I can't wait to play that. So that's going to be fun. I just got Paranoia, and I think that's going to be the RPG equivalent of Fiasco for us, where it's just going to be a new character every time. Or, with what I'm reading, you could technically, if you survive, play the same character again, but it's just more about the story.
Yeah.
And the goofiness that goes along with it, kind of like Call of Cthulhu is.
Well, I guess if we go back, thanks to that what you just said, I mean, just made me think about Fiasco again. I'm thinking, so what is Fiasco? Yeah, it's not like a traditional RPG in the sense that you keep on having a character and continuing the story. It's very much also a very light, like entry level
It's
RPG because it's a one shot. You're just telling a story.
Yeah, and you do have character creation in it, and it's a great way to it's a great gateway drug. To get people in there and get them involved into these types of games.
Yeah, before you eventually then bring out the D&D, all the extra add-on books.
Yeah.
Here's the more complex character creation.
Because there's no dice
level
in Fiasco
planning.
now. There's no dice rolling at all. There's no maths. There's no taking wounds or keeping track of equipment. It is purely narrative. So it's super easy to
It's
play.
great.
Absolutely.
I was going to add in, we also have the mystery unnamed RPG, which I haven't told these guys about. And
Yeah.
it's going to be one where we turn up to play it live. I give them some character sheets.
Can we record this?
Of course we can. Yeah.
Well, yeah,
There we go. That's awesome.
It's a well-known setting, and it's a game that they're going to be familiar with. I'm going to try and keep it as much a surprise as possible until things start happening inside the game.
All right, I'm going to have a guess. It's RPG Cluedo or something.
No, it's going to be something porn or sexual related.
No. That reminds us. It's not RPG Connect 4, but it'll be good. And one other RPG we're waiting for. The Telenova one.
Telenovela Pasiones.
That's going to be so much fun.
Yes.
My name is Enrique Fernando Hernandez.
And I am actually your stepbrother.
Your step.
I am your stepfather's son.
I am your stepfather's son. So are you my half brother?
No, cousin.
I am your cousin, and I will make love to you tonight, forever.
That will be fun.
No, that's going to be great.
Yeah,
I can't wait to play that. And then
we still haven't played Fatal.
We still haven't. We're going to warning to everyone. We are going to try and play Fatal. I'm pretty sure we're going to have a special episode where we just do character creation, because last time we did it, it was horrible. It was horrible. We came up with like an abortion. It was pretty bad. So I think we should we should do that.
And from another time, another land, and it is the worst roleplay game ever written by a maniac, and it
more like a psychopath.
Quite possibly, yes.
Well, it's a man who's very, very determined. He knew what was important to him.
He
in
has
these
statistical
characters.
charts on anal circumference.
Yes, very, very exact.
Yes, what's the
tensile
strength?
The tensile strength of every orifice.
When I generate a character, it is important to me that I know what flesh tone their nipples are.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So there's a chart for it.
Yes,
you have to roll to breathe. You know, roll for every heartbeat.
Yeah.
It's like, it looks like you're having a coronary. Roll to page 40 for, cardiovascular charts.
Yeah.
Oh, that's going to be an
tensile
absolute
strength
disaster.
of your veins.
You can run that, Tom. We will play and
run.
Yes,
Tom has to run it.
Yes.
Oh, God.
He's the only one, because he'll be like having his math enjoyment out of it, going through all the charts and the math.
I trying to figure out a story where we get to properly test the tensile strengths of every orifice.
If I remember,
here's a quest. This midget has to go inside of you somehow.
If I remember it correctly, the characters we generated, that talking to Steffi, your character's head circumference was smaller than my character's anal circumference.
Yes, it was.
And therefore, you do the maths.
Yes, I know. And I do remember that my character was so stupid he got retard strength.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't want to get anyone annoyed or angry that I use the word retard, because that's
literally what it says in the rule book, though.
But that is literally what it says.
That's the kind
in
of
the
game
rule book.
it is.
Yes, that is what kind of game it is.
It's that game.
Yes. And it's no.
So,
but
it's a bad game with understandably a very strong cult following.
But yeah, there's that, and then there's the Battle Lords. We could maybe try like the MechWarrior thing at some point. I'm pretty sure there's some other games I've forgotten that we're going to play.
Well, I've got 3 or 4 different alternative D&D settings on the way as well.
Yeah.
I've got a historical, mythological D&D setting. I've got a few other ones.
There's a Call of Cthulhu game that I really want to run for you guys, which is kind of Pulp Cthulhu.
Ooh,
That sounds fun.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
It's called Tale of the Two-Headed Serpent. It's like full-on Indiana Jones Cthulhu stuff. It's amazing.
Nice.
But we're going to need like CJ and maybe someone else to join us.
Yeah.
I mean, what is fantastic is we've been managing to have a regular game of Dungeons and Dragons pretty much every week for the last few months at this point.
I know.
It's been fantastic.
And
even if we only get to play it for like an hour or 45 minutes, it's
I
still
wish you
great
guys
to
could
do.
be so regular with my game.
But we included people who aren't part of the core group. That game has that handicap, I guess.
Yeah.
There's too many people, so it's hard to get everyone's schedules to work.
Well, I mean, we can always end up like, having them go off on their own adventure, and then we can just go with the core group. I mean, now we're going to be playing
the
this.
woods.
I want to play this game to the end, but then afterwards,
Then we'll have to figure out what to do with.
Horde
What
of
to
the
do
Dragon
there.
Queen,
But since we're talking about RPGs, what are your favorite moments in RPGs? I mean, what's one of those key moments that you're like, this is awesome. This is now I'm really enjoying it.
I'm going to be a bit of a jerk here, but my favorite moment in any RPG is when I somehow ace a dice roll and the look of disappointment on Steffi's face as his carefully calculated plot is just completely negated by my undeserved good luck.
Yeah.
And that look of sadness is, oh, okay, I guess that worked then.
Yes,
That makes
that is true. That is always a really good moment.
But do you have
in
like
any RPG when you decide to do something stupid and you get to roll for it, and then you get won over the DM and derail the plans. And
But
they have to
but
make
that's the
stuff
thing.
up
You
on
have
the
to be
fly.
careful as a DM because you can't just be like, "Oh, I won't let you roll for it," because
yeah,
then you're
yeah,
going to be an
yeah.
asshole.
Yeah,
It's like
I mean,
then it's
that-
railroading.
Exactly. I mean, I did that when I was DMing for my girlfriend and her friend. Whenever I made plans, I thought there'd be an encounter. I tried to think like, well, what if? So then I had to ask, like, what's happening like in the general vicinity? So that in case if they decide to fight, if they decide to run, if they just decide to not go there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But do you have a specific moment? Do you have like a story? Do you remember where
Oh,
that
God.
mattered?
I'll have
'Cause
to
that's like a
think about
general thing that you like doing.
it. Oh, yeah. Just annoying you.
Yeah. Well, we'll get back to you, Max.
Well, I mean, I told my favorite story last time.
Yes.
Yeah, and it still remains my favorite instance because it was one-upping not just the GM but my own team, and that was when I successfully stole the golden stag without anyone noticing.
Oh, yeah.
In Horde of the Dragon Queen.
Yes.
Dungeons and Dragons game.
Oh, you
And it's-
screwed us on that one, didn't you? Something terrible's going to happen. Because
and it's been fun since then because then I've had private discussion with the GM, and I will admit this much: things have happened, but you don't know what. You don't know if it's good or bad, but things have happened.
Things have happened. They have progressed.
Yes, things are in motion,
Yes.
and it's hilarious.
I don't actually remember what my favorite story was, what I said last time. I guess it wasn't important. But I will add one if it was a good one. I'll add another one, which I remember when we were talking about Call of Cthulhu. We had that one game where it was in the cabin and there was a monster, and Max was the only character that survived. No, not Max.
No,
it was
Arne.
Arne.
Arne
Yes.
survived. Oh,
Yeah, he
man.
survived, and because he had like 90 points of sanity left. And then I thought, like, okay, let's play another game, which was in that little village with the frost god or something. And Arden's character, we thought, like, okay, let's continue with him, because in the first time ever playing Call of Cthulhu, I have another character from a previous game. So he's there and he meets Max, and they have this good discussion of something, and then I don't remember anymore how it went, but Arden was like, Max thought Arden was a bit crazy, and Arden was like, me crazy? And the guy was like, he had like still 90 points of sanity.
Oh yeah, so much sanity, and he kept on rolling like really well. He never did any sanity damage.
Never anything. And at the very end, he survived everything at the very end when they see the snow, because he didn't believe any kind of ghost or monster. Then he sees the demon snow god arrive.
And then summoned forth.
Yeah, he had to roll anything under 95. That's what I remember. Anything under 95. He rolled a 99. And he went crazy. And then, of course, he went and started attacking Max with an axe.
Yeah, my character was had like all kinds of damage. It was really really weak already. And then this guy he's doing all right, a bit hurt, but doing fine. And he's like solid as a rock. Sanity is high up there. And then he just botched that roll, lost all of it, and then just decided like, nope.
Yeah, and then he went after him like with an axe. And I remember when Max was like rolling dodges, and he was like, like whack, and he rolled out of the way to the left. Whack, rolled out of the way to the right, and then afterwards, right in the middle. Yeah. Head split, and then...
Yeah, and damage in Cthulhu it's not forgiving.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that reminds me. Another like, really fun instance was in a Call of Cthulhu game. I remember we started, we were excited, and I can't remember... yes, Steph was running the game, and we were playing together with someone else, and then we get into this like cabin, and like we're investigating it. And it's really, really in the beginning of the game. And then we hear some noise in the attic. So my dude just there's the hatch up there. I'll just like pop my head up and look, and my head gets ripped off. I'm like, oh, I'm dead. That's just instantly like, oh, something attacks you. Roll. Oh, that didn't go well.
All right.
Instant death in the beginning of the game, and then the other character was like, well, she was so like, I was like, I guess I'll just leave then.
Okay, I've got a couple of Cthulhu ones I remember now. I had a brand new character just rolled up. My previous one had died an inglorious death, and my new character was a cat burglar. We were trying to break into a mansion, and I managed to like sneak up the wall and in through an attic, and this was considered easy enough. I didn't have to roll for it. So I'm inside the attic, looking through some old paintings, and I find a beautiful painting of a Jurassic scene. And I look at the painting, and the keeper says, make a power save. And I fail it, and my character is drawn into the painting 65 million years ago in the past. So I died on my first dice roll. That's it. Your character's alive, but he's 65 million years ago in the past. So unless you're willing to have an entire Terra Nova style game all by yourself, roll up a new character. So first death. So death on the first roll. Nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, that's a nice GM.
My epic Call of Cthulhu.
Roll dice, you fucking die!
And this is, I'm very, very proud of this one. Same campaign, new character. We have commandeered a steam train, and we know that there's this long tunnel, and somewhere in the tunnel there is a chamber off to the side where we believe there's cult activity. So we've commandeered the steam train, and we are going full pelt down the tracks into the tunnel. And the keeper says, okay, you see something ahead on the tracks. And I close my eyes. It's like, what? It's like, I close my eyes, full steam ahead. It's like, you're not going to look? Like, nope. It's like, okay, you hit something. It's like, still not looking. You hear screams, definitely not looking. You hear squelching sounds, definitely not looking. I one hit killed a Shoggoth with a steam train. No sanity loss. That counts as a win for me.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
that is pretty good.
I guess that's one of the reasons why we might want, like, why we decided to start making a podcast. Then is that we want to start sharing these moments when they happen.
Right? Yeah,
it's fun. Yeah,
and also just if not sharing, then just recording for ourselves.
Yeah, just so we recording go back to it.
For posterity. I remember when that really cool thing happened. Let me look that up.
Yeah, because I think now the setup here is quite. There's lots of stuff here, but RPG wise, we can definitely do it.
Absolutely.
Oh, certainly.
There's plenty of space for RPG. That's a pretty good introduction for us.
Yeah.
That's good. Welcome to SideQuest Sauce. This is our first episode. Hopefully it was good. I don't know yet. And then we, of course, have the Sherlock Holmes episode, and hopefully then we'll be able to run an RPG soon enough.
Nice.
And then we can start promoting this and hopefully get more listeners.
We can also do the Sherlock Holmes episode. We can just paste in some like Tom's random commentary in between. Just edit in there.
Yeah, we can actually have him
Yeah,
listen to it. And
just fake him in there.
Well, let's do that now. Okay. Oh, that was a good roll. Nice insight, Steffi. Max, you betrayed us again. I will never forgive you.
Haha.
I think that pretty much covers everything I was likely to say.
Yeah, that's good. There's no rolling in the game, but I'll put it in there.
Yeah,
perfect.
just good insight. And every now and then, someone figures something out.
And Max betrays us 5 times.
Yeah.
I'll save that, actually. Every time I'm going to put in there, whenever I say something, Tom is going to be good insight, Steffi. Thank you, Tom.
You should add that to one of the buttons. You know?
A virtual pat on
actually,
the back
I can
every
do
time
it.
you do something good.
Yeah, I'll put it there. I'll have the Tom. Good insight, Steffi.
And then Max betrayed us all.
Yeah.